Letty's out, so he's day-to-day right now with a lower body injury, and P.O. will go in for Leds.
What do you like about P.O.?
I think it's not overall just the one game, but I think his overall camp was really good for us. His exhibition games were good, so we want to get him back in there again. We like his ability to skate, his length, and move pucks. And that's something that, I think defending-wise, we got to be able to kill plays.
Drew, has Ryan Suter come as advertised, and how do you think he'll handle playing up the lineup tonight?
Yeah, I think Suits he's been outstanding for us. He's been great for Kess. He's been great in our room, and certainly in the games. He's come to play. You can tell why he's been in the league so long. Veteran presence, plays within himself, keeps things simple, but makes hard plays, direct plays, hard to play against.
With a lot of talk about chemistry lately and building chemistry, with the D pairs being shaken up tonight, as a defenseman, when you're on a new pairing for the first time, what's the mindset got to be as a defenseman?
Yeah, I mean, this is the first time that we've had to shake up the D pairs. We like them the way they were. Obviously, we made the one change going into Vegas. Kess and P.O. played together in exhibition games, so I don't see there being an issue there. And certainly with Perry and Suits, I don't have any issue. I think they'll be fine. Suits has been in those positions before. Seems to really embrace the opportunity. I'm sure he's going to go out there and have a great game here for us tonight, and obviously Broby and Falk have been outstanding so far this year.
Texier is out tonight, but what's the prognosis on him moving forward?
Yeah, I think he's getting better. Like he's close, so I would put him as day-to-day. He's going to be out tonight, and we'll see how he feels tomorrow, but he's getting close.
What have you seen from Jake Neighbours here in the early going?
Yeah, offensively, I mean, the opportunities, he's had some opportunities, and I think, he's a little bit snake bitten, but I think Jakey's game has to be direct, has to be around the net. If you look at a lot of his scoring opportunities last year and when he scored, everything was in the blue paint, so it's not going to be flashy with him. It's going to be hard. He's got to go to the hard areas. And for Jakey to have the success, he has to play a direct game. He's a north-south player that gets to the net and gets under D and make it difficult on their goalies. So, Jakey's, he's a young player, but he's also has a good understanding of who he is as a player. And Jakey's going to be fine. And, like I said, I think his overall game has been really good for us. It's just the offense that hasn't clicked. Well, they're a structured team. They're a structured team. They're hardworking. They don't give up a lot. We're going to have to play a full 60 minutes. Like that's something that we haven't done yet this year. So as a group, we have to be better. And for 60 minutes, we have to play a solid hockey game here tonight against a very good team.
What's the thinking behind Wilford tonight?
It's just when we go back and look at our schedule, certainly we're playing every second night. Once we go on the road too, we've got a lot of games. We're playing, I think, in 12 different cities, kind of back and forth. So we want to make sure, the last time Joel played was I guess, in San Jose. So get him in the net here, give Benner a little bit of rest, and then we'll reset in 2 days and get going, and we'll find out there. But a lot of this is pre-planned. Obviously, there's plans that change, but right now we want to stick with the plan.
Jake, continuing 4-game homestand here, what things from last game were you guys looking to clean up and try to get on?
I think just trying to play a full 60 minutes. I think our first 30, 40 minutes of that game were really good. I thought we controlled the pace of play and, dictated the game and played the way we wanted to play. And then, come out in the third and just an early goal, momentum's taken away, and it's hard to crawl back. You can't do it every game. So I think we just want to get out to a good start, try and get a lead would be nice, and then once we have one of those, just play with it smartly.
Jake, what's it been like for you so far, just trying to get going offensively and establish your game from an offensive standpoint? Do you feel like it's coming?
Yeah, I do. I feel like I'm in the right areas, and I feel like I'm, making plays and, having impacts in my shifts that maybe aren't resulting in points. But, I've been happy with my play. I think wasn't very good against last game against Minnesota, but I thought on the road trip I played some good hockey, and, it's still early. I know it's coming, and but, it's definitely a thought of mine. I'm playing in the top 6, so I got to produce for my team.
All right, getting going at home ice, how important is that?
Yeah, it's huge. Your home rink needs to be a hard rink to come into for opposing teams, and I think we got to do a better job of making it that way and coming out physical with a lot of energy and, like I said, just dictating the pace of play. And like I said, I thought we did that for 30, 40 minutes last game, but we need a full 60 minutes.
Jake, there's been a lot talked about when it comes to just forming chemistry, especially early in the season. Is that something that at the end of the day just takes time in games?
Yeah, sometimes it just clicks right away, what you see, over the course of a year, and sometimes it takes time. So I think right now, obviously offensively, we're trying to find our game 5-on-5 and trying to find more ways to produce and, looking at different line combinations, playing with different guys and just hoping something clicks. But, like I said, I think there's a lot of positive things from our group and a lot of guys are playing well and just aren't finding the back of the net. So I think it's coming for us.